Every time I do one of these 10 days features, I try and incorporate just one film that isn't really a horror film, but still fits the theme. Usually these are comedies, but in this case we're going with a fantasy film. Legend is a well-known and somewhat polarizing fantasy film starring a very young Tom Cruise and loads of special effects. There is a satanic figure played wonderfully by Tim Curry, though since this is a fantasy world, he's called Darkness. The movie opens with Darkness wanting to expand his realm, which is everything that is dark, by destroying the light. He comes up with a plan to destroy 2 unicorns who are guardians of the light, but he's too lazy to do it himself, so he sends demons to do his bidding instead. Then we go to the main characters. Tom Cruise plays Jack, who lives in the forest and speaks to animals. His girlfriend is a princess who visits him and teaches her the animal languages, but this time he's pretty thirsty, so to impress her, he brings her to see the unicorns, and she gets a little horse nuts and tries to touch them. This is supposedly bad for some reason, but she never actually gets to touch one. Instead, it seems Jack and the princess led Darkness's minions straight to the unicorns, where they kill one and take the horn. The other unicorn gets away, but just the killing of one of the guardians drastically changes the world, turning the temperate climate into winter instantly and making things a whole lot darker. The second act is various characters mostly being introduced to yell at Jack for thinking with his gonads and bringing an outsider to where the unicorns are. And Darkness comes up with a plot to seduce and marry the princess to discover the location of the second unicorn. There's also a subplot going on with the demons challenging Darkness, as they were sent to retrieve the unicorn horns, items of great power. They think they can overthrow him. Well, it's a pretty basic story, but man can this movie be confusing. I saw this originally back in the 80s, and I didn't know what the hell was going on, but I figured I was a kid back then. What the hell did I know? And I really just liked all the cool special effects and the fantasy world and all the creatures. Watching it now, it's still not the easiest movie to follow. I got the feeling sitting down to watch this like I came in halfway into a movie, or maybe like if someone was watching a series and you joined in the middle. There's all these characters and motivations and rules of how the world works, and it's almost as if the movie expected you to know what these all are before you got there, but of course that's impossible. But I came to understand that this isn't a film that's meant to be comprehended, it's meant to be enjoyed, gawked at. This is a beautiful film full of great artistry and special effects, all of which are practical effects using puppetry and makeup. The greatest accomplishment is Satan himself, or Darkness, who is brought to life by the spectacular makeup and the intimidating, booming voice of Tim Curry. The rest of the cast is pretty good as well, mostly the voice actors who portray the various demons, though Tom Cruise kind of has a deer-in-the-headlights thing going on. But that's to be expected. He's kind of inconsistent. Sometimes I think that Tom Cruise can be really good, but other times it's like he doesn't care. What it comes down to is this is a movie that prides itself on being an experience more than being a story. It's barely a story. It's a sequence of scenes and vignettes meant to show off the imagination and creativity of the filmmakers, which is impressive and satisfying in its own right. But if you're looking for a solid narrative, that won't be found here. Still, I like it for what it is. It's empty and hollow, but it's spectacular nonetheless. I give Legend a 7 out of 10. Also, I must apologize for the last 2 videos in this feature lacking the intro, and for the upload schedule being so haphazard and crazy. The series was supposed to be finished on November 9th, and here it is the 17th, or rather the 18th, because it'll be after midnight when this video actually goes up. Life's been a little hectic lately, but you'll get all the videos. There's just 2 more.